A lot of people think leaving behind money is the goal, but I promise you it's not. In this video, I'm going to show you the steps that I took to change my family trajectory in just 2 years. A common deception is that people need a lot of money to be happy. And if you leave your kids money, that they'll be successful in life. But I promise you that's not the case. How many athletes do we know that go broke? How many lottery winners do we know that go broke? How many people that inherited cash 2 years ago on and then they're broke again, right? So we know that that's not the case. We know that you can't leave somebody $1 million and thinking that it'll last for a lifetime. Because in the world we live in, things get more and more expensive as time goes on. Right now, gas prices are dropping, things are easing up, and people are gonna believe that their money is going further, or that the world is gonna turn around and all of a sudden things are gonna go back to how it used to be. Reality check for you. It'll never go back to how it used to be. It's just taking a break, just as if it was a stock. Everything can't go up to infinity and beyond without pulling back. People thought it was over with after the COVID drop. The tariffs, right? It's the same thing that's happening to you right now. And you're too blind to see it. The same thing is happening. They're going to manipulate you with the money. And they're going to make you believe that you have more. And in 2 to 3 years, we're going to be back in the same position and wondering why. Why didn't I set myself up for success? Because you thought that you had money, right? But I'm explaining in this video why leaving behind money alone is not the key. Nobody taught me how money works. Nobody taught me how money works. I was raised by a single mother, one of 8. And all my life, I just been trying to get by. Like having money without the literacy is just a ticking clock. Like when I first started working, I didn't know how to manage my money. And I'm still learning to this day how to manage my money as well as everybody else on this planet. But I'm telling you, leaving behind money alone is not the key. Because as you can see, millionaires go broke. People that stumble across lots of cash in the lottery, they go broke. People that win Survivor, they go broke. Okay? So leaving behind the knowledge is a lot more important than leaving behind the money. Like what financial literacy really is. It's not about being rich. It's not about flexing. It's not about having the best car and the fanciest clothes. It's not about none of that. Like it's about making the correct decision with your money every time. That's what financial literacy is. And that's what people don't understand. Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses and have the nicest car. Like I literally see this. I see this every single day. I'm not even on social media no more, but somehow I still see this every single day. I see people that have less money than me dressed and driving vehicles like they got more money than me. Every single day I see it. I see my peers. I can't even level myself up to my peers anymore. I got to try to go to the 40, 50, 60-year-olds that has accomplished the things that I want to accomplish, because then it gives me something to drive towards. My peers are literally dressing fancy and have all of the stuff, all of the materialistic things. My peers have all of the materialistic things, but I guarantee you, if we go big bank, take little bank right now, it ain't going to be the same. I'm going to keep it real with you. Like what we got to teach the generation beneath us is how money moves. Money that's not moving, that's money that's losing. And then how money grows. Put your money into appreciating assets. Don't buy no freaking brand new car. As soon as you drive off the lot, it's worth less than it was. Like put your money in appreciating assets. This is the gift that we need to be giving for Christmas. Rather than giving gifts and giving shoes and giving the tablets and giving the brand new game systems, we need to be giving the gift that keeps on giving. Like once you teach somebody how money works, how money disappears, how it grows, how it multiplies, then they can go out there and get it on their own. You got to level up your time. Time is money as well. Don't never just do nothing that don't align with your goals. Right here is things that weren't taught but should have. They should have taught this stuff in school, man. They should have taught this stuff when we were kids. Like, why we got to figure this stuff out on our own? 30, 40 years old. Now we finally can start figuring it out. If we was learning this stuff at 15, 16, like, honestly, that's why A lot of these young kids you see are 24 years old, 23 years old, already millionaires. And the people that's born in the 90s, you like, man, like I was just a little bit behind. I was born in 94. So when I look at 23, 24-year-olds, I'm like, man, I was just a grades behind. If I was a little bit younger, maybe I'd already be a millionaire because knowledge like this was already given God. The internet made everything possible, right? The things that should have been taught is budgeting, interest on your cash, credit versus cash. Some people still don't understand the difference in that. And if you leverage credit, you can have more cash and have more capital to your disposal to do anything you want. You're gonna die with debt. Everybody on this planet is gonna acquire debt, so do not be afraid of it. You're going to die with it. Use it, leverage it for your time on this planet, and nothing is forever. We would have taught risk. If we would have taught patience, that's a big thing. I didn't have that, and I still don't got it. I'm learning to do the best I can to have more patience in my life. That's the same thing with these YouTube channel, right? Like, I keep posting, and I don't see the accomplishments yet, and I don't see the views yet, and I don't have the subscribers yet. But I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to keep putting out this knowledge because I truly believe in it, and I feel like this is what more people need to be talking about, rather than who fought in the club last night or what bitch did that or who out the bam. Like, we need to be speaking life into our younger generation, rather than teach them how to hold a pistol. Like, what are we doing, right? I boil all this down just to say is like, our parents weren't idiots. Our parents just didn't know. Our parents weren't taught, and then their parents wasn't taught. It's literally nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. You cannot blame your parents. They weren't taught. And then you can't blame your grandma because maybe they weren't taught, right? But at some point, you got to draw the line in the sand and figure out what you want for your family and what you want to see yourself for the next 10 years. I got a video on that too. Tap in. What you want to see yourself for the next 10 years. Because it all starts here. It's all tied together. Financial literacy is the key to all power. I guarantee you, because they can take the money, but they can't take this knowledge. Like, money can be stolen. The knowledge can't. The greatest inheritance you could ever give someone is clarity. Have them be clear on their destination and clear where they would be at in 10 years. Clear where they would be at in 5 years. If you set out clear guidelines for yourself and then try to beat them every single day, you can't lose. We need to teach this more in our community. Like, normalize financial literacy in our community. And how financial literacy creates freedom. Because now you can choose the job that you want to work and not have to work the job because it's the only one available. You can choose to start a business. You can avoid bad debt. Once you have financial literacy, you start thinking long term instead of thinking for a paycheck. Literacy gives you options, and options give you peace. And nothing is ever going to be perfect. Like, you got to choose your own path and be devoted to it. Even when you don't see the results, you got to keep on showing up. Financial literacy is about being disciplined every single day. It's about not buying that VC when all your homies buying that VC. It's about not going out to eat when all your homies going out to eat. It's about not going to stand in line to buy them fresh Jordans when all your homies buying the fresh Jordans. Financial literacy is about thinking long term instead of for the instant gratification. You have to get rid of the instant gratification mindset. You have to think long term. When you think, if I continue to stay on this path for 10 years, I'm going to be straight. And then once a ripple effect happens in that 10 years that catapults you somewhere that you didn't see yourself being, and now you're there in 5. So now you can set even more goals. So then you can start planning out your kids' life as well. And then once you do that, then you start planning out generations. Once you start planning out generations, that's when you have the peace of mind. That's when you know you can get up and go do whatever you want to do when you want to do it because your great great grandkids gonna be good. And then that's powerful. People don't really think about this. People think that you can't change what's going to happen. People always want to cry wolf and be the victim and go through their whole life, be 30-year-olds. I had 30-year-old friends, almost 40-year-old friends that was still stuck in their ways and still crying about their situation and knowing that ain't gonna nothing ever change for them. I had to break free. I had to break free. Financial literacy is also about who you hang around with. You can't be around and you love them from a distance, and that's okay. You got to do what's right for you. If you feel like you can change your generation's outcome, you got to be the one to do it. You can't have nobody telling you that, oh man, that shit ain't gonna work. Oh man, like man, you just wasting your time. Man, you should just have fun. Nah, nah. I'm telling you, you do what's best for you and your family, and if you believe in it, that's all that matters. My kids are 5 and 8, and no 6 and 8. Carter just had a birthday. Tap in, and they taught me things that I didn't even know. I wouldn't be even doing this if it wasn't for them. Bottom line, and now I can teach my kids how stocks work and how investments work and how bonds work and how credit works and do that at a very early age. That's something that we didn't have. That's something I didn't have. Just being a completely transparent with you guys right here. Growing up, my parents used my name for the lights and the gas, you know what I mean, before and ruin my credit, right? And when I got older and I initially tried to buy a house for my wife, my credit was shot. And I owe people money that I didn't even know, right? I had to pay so many things back and do so many different audits and things like that just to be able to get set up to the situation where I could buy a house. It took a whole year of paying people off and doing things that I had to do, putting my best foot forward to be able to even live in the house that we live in now. If I would have just said, oh man, I'm not paying them back, that ain't my fault, I didn't do that. Like, like somebody got to change it. You can't be like, oh, that ain't my fault. Oh, like my parents did that to my credit, so it is what it is. I can't fix it. Right? You can't have that mindset. Right? And right now, I'm doing this one thing with my credit. Drop in the comments if you feel like this is a good thing. I feel like it's a good thing, and it's been working for me. I did kind of built up a lot of inquiries, but at the same time, as time go on, it kind of levels itself out. So what I started doing was I started getting every credit card I could that didn't have like an annual payment, right? And what I did was, like, if I had a $2,000 credit limit, now it done bumped up to like 10K credit limit, right? But before that 2K credit limit that I had, if I was to spend 1,500 of that, like right now my credit is like way overutilized, like I'm like 70-80% utilization, and I'm not getting no benefits from that at all, right? What I did was I started stacking up on credit cards, and I don't even use them. I literally keep them in a cup in my house, like, right? Don't even use the credit cards. And I use the ones that got the highest rewards, like my Capital One, my American Express, my Credit One. I use the ones that give me the best rewards on gas and sometimes food and stuff like that. But all the other ones I just leave there, so I always got an open balance. So even if I max out 2-3 thousand in credit card, I never go over 30% utilization, right? And that's the key. And now how we plan our vacations is through leveraging debt. It's through leveraging credit. And it's a powerful thing that nobody really understands. And I'm just here to, speak the truth and to speak light into someone else's situation, because I guarantee you I've been there. I'm 31 years old. I did not stumble upon financial literacy until I was about 29, and it changed our life completely. Already quit our full-time job, started a 6-figure business. We got so many things on the back burner, and it has been a life-changing game plan for us. So appreciate y'all for being here. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Smith and Lesson tribe.